I'm Macy Egland. Only in Newsday, experts say betting apps are fueling a hidden addiction here on Long Island.
The reality of it is it's not about the money. It really isn't. It's about the rush.
Coming up, hidden addiction, the cost of gambling on Long Island, and the warning signs experts say you should not ignore. President Trump touting the success of Operation Epic Fury in Iran. In his first national address since the conflict started, the president said the administration's objectives are nearly complete and that U.S. forces will, quote, finish the job soon.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Trump also addressed the recent rise in gas prices, which he called a short-term increase. Let's take a look at those gas prices. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of regular on the island is now $3.97. That is $1.10 more than it was a month ago. Only in Newsday, cuts could be coming to the Greenport School District. The North Fork District is proposing slashing 21 staff positions and raising its tax levy by almost 8%. The district hopes that both moves will help make up for a $3 million shortfall in its 2026-2027 budget. After a $12 million transformation, the Gold Coast Library in Glen Head has now reopened. It's nearly double the size and features a larger community room as well as an outdoor reading space. Plans for a new apartment complex in Hempstead are moving forward. The proposal would bring nearly 250 apartments and retail space to a former parking lot on Main Street. It received tax breaks last month and is part of the village's larger plan to revitalize the downtown. To the historic moon mission, Artemis 2 is now orbiting Earth after a spectacular launch.
3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And well, here it goes.
Dozens watched history unfold here at this launch party at the Cradle of Aviation Museum last night.
I think it was pretty cool and I was very excited.
I think it was absolutely amazing, and this is my once-in-a-lifetime experience to see this specific rocket come up. And when I get older, I want to go to space camp and see this, the next one lift off in real life.
Now, the 4 astronauts are expected to loop around the moon on a 10-day mission. Let's talk about your Thursday forecast now. A major drop in temps compared to yesterday. Cloudy and cool out there today. Some parts of the island may see showers this morning. Otherwise, those clouds kind of hang around. Highs only in the 40s today. The clouds still sticking around tomorrow, but we do see a little bump up in the temperatures back into the 50s. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast here, your weekend, it's in view. Saturday is looking like the better day. Rain for Easter in the forecast right now for Sunday. Next week, sunny, a bit cooler Tuesday and Wednesday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
Gambling is big business, and lately betting apps have made it easy to place wagers instantly, chase losses, and keep gambling, and that is helping to fuel addiction. Doug Geed takes a look at the toll the habit is taking on some Long Islanders.
You don't win in gambling ever, right? Especially as a compulsive gambler. When you do win, it's just just a loan for a future loss, right?
I'm in $15,000 of debt right now. Probably lost over $100,000 in my gambling time.
Their stories are shocking, compelling, and unfortunately all too common in the world of compulsive gambling.
Every dollar I could get my hands on, I was gambling.
Ben is 21 years old. He started gambling heavily at 16.
I had 9 apps where I would get an advance on my paycheck. By the age of 19, 20, have all my credit cards maxed out. I had 2 loans.
I've never been addicted to drugs. I'm not a drinker. This was my high.
Meanwhile, Rob's compulsive gambling surfaced much later in life. He was 56 when his addiction took control of him.
The reality of it is it's not about the money. It really isn't. It's about the rush.
For the state, though, many say it is all about the money. Since online sports betting was legalized in 2021, New York has collected nearly $4 billion in tax revenues. Last year alone, Albany received $1.3 billion. And those numbers may continue to grow. Online gamblers in New York set a national record in 2025, placing $26 billion worth of bets.
The online stuff is a big problem. It's just there 24/7 on my phone. I can do it from the comfort of my own home, from the bathroom, from my office.
Vinny, along with Ben and Rob, are all members of Gamblers Anonymous. They credit the 12-step program with ending the nightmare they were living. They also say since online betting was legalized, the number of people at their group's weekly meetings have increased 4 or 5 times, with the bulk of newcomers in their 20s.
Somebody's always out of money, and very quickly, that would be a big red flag.
Heiko Ganzer is a clinical social worker who treats all kinds of addictions, including gambling.
It can be beat, and the success rate can be very high. But if you're going to do it on yourself, it's just not generally going to happen.
Rob agrees, saying one of the main reasons Gamblers Anonymous is so successful is people sharing their stories and offering support to one another.
To quote somebody in program, when they hold up their phone and they go, "This is the devil, and the apps are the devil's crack."
Joining me now to talk more about this growing problem is Newsday TV's Doug Geed and clinical social worker and counselor Heiko Ganzer. Thank you both for being here. We appreciate your time on this topic. Doug, we want to start with you. What did you uncover in your reporting on this topic?
I think 2 things jumped out at me, Macy. Number one, and this is really why I wanted to do this project, I don't think there's very little attention on this issue. I think people don't realize there is such a thing as gambling addiction. You know, alcoholism, drug addiction, huge issues, obviously, that destroy lives, get a lot of attention. Gambling, not so much. And I wonder if there's, I guess sympathy is the right word, if there's any empathy for people who have a gambling addiction. For alcoholics, people with drug addictions, I think people get it more like, okay, there's a chemical dependency there. With gambling, I think the attitude might be, well, just stop losing money. So that I took away from, and that message has to get out there too, that it is a very serious disorder.
Yeah, I think some people, maybe you just don't see it often. It's easier to hide. So we'll talk about that. Heiko, we want to get over to you. You help people struggling with gambling addiction. Sounds like there's some growing concern about youth gambling skyrocketing because of these betting apps just really making it so easy, so accessible.
Youth gambling has increased substantially over the years that I've been working with this, and I've been working in the area of gambling. We know that if a person gambles before the age of 14, that the likelihood of them becoming a problem gambler is higher. That's an important factor. And so, you know, you look at the phones, moms and dads, don't be afraid to look at your kids' phones.
So Doug, you spoke to a couple people who have been dealing with this addiction issue, including a young man. Was it difficult to get people to open up about this problem?
It was, yeah. I thought this project would take me a couple weeks. It's more like 6 or 7 weeks. I went through Long Island Gamblers Anonymous, phenomenal group. We only use first names, so Rob was an enormous help. He did find the 2 people you saw, the silhouetted interviews. That took a while to get them to come forward, and of course they wanted, you know, not to be identified. Finding that person willing to speak on camera, that was the holdup. And I really tried to get a woman too, because I think people with gambling addiction, you know, they think of the cigar chomping guy who goes to the racetracks all the time.
Sure.
But women, are subject to this as well.
Heiko, what are some of the treatments that you've seen work for an issue like this, and what are the success rates? Are we seeing improvement, help for these people dealing with this?
Certainly the 12 steps and going to a meeting and getting support from other people who have the same problem is the first and the most prominent modality that is helpful to the gamblers.
Okay.
Then we have other types of issues that we can use to help depending on the person and what's happened to them in the past. For example, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. You can sort of help to change distorted thinking and develop problem-solving skills.
Doug, you spoke to a couple of people, as we mentioned, heard their stories. Was there anything that stuck out to you?
They're all very, very impactful. Probably Ben, the young man, 21 years old, he is 8 years younger than my youngest child. So I just kept looking at him as if he was my son. 21 years old, started gambling at 16, got great grades all throughout school, head of the student council, coach of the soccer team, and his life was virtually destroyed. But the resilience and his attitude now was just very uplifting. And he talks about how, all of them are walking right on the edge of a cliff where their whole life could be destroyed. But his attitude was very impactful to me.
An important thing to mention for sure is we're talking about how this is a problem affecting a lot more people, and not just the addicts themselves, their friends, their families. So Doug and Heiko, thank you both for being here to discuss this important topic. We appreciate your time on this. You can read more about gambling addiction on Long Island and find resources to get help on our website, newsday.com.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years.
Tomorrow is opening day at Yankee Stadium, and we're looking at the best new bites in the Bronx. Jared Veluzzi has a preview.
Welcome to the 2026 Yankee Stadium Concessions Preview.
Living up to the hype and even more. Yankee Stadium has released their new food menu for 2026. Some classic stadium staples are back for this season, but also some new items as well. Let's check it out.
We are so excited to be at Yankee Stadium. This is a dream come true for us. It's a Rice Krispie treat. We're a local New York City brand, so it's pretty exciting. I had tears in my eyes when we found out that we were actually going to be here.
Brand new from Legends Global is the MVP burger. Multiple different types of onions, bacon, cheese. I know what I'm getting in the 7th inning stretch. We have the Bird Dog 2.0 from Street Bird. It's chicken, it's a hot dog. I'm so excited to take a bite of this. Let's go.
Think about this, like a sticky, beautiful fried chicken glazed with some smoky barbecue and some bacon. Absolutely delicious.
Christian Petroni's farm to the table also delivers some excellent dessert. We have some affogato here, Mr. Softy vanilla with Nutella and espresso.
I have the Mr. Softy theme song like ingrained in my head. And to be making good coffee in a mocha pot, put it over the Mr. Softy soft serve, a little bit of Nutella. I mean, come on, what are we really doing here?
So many incredible options here at Yankee Stadium. For Newsday TV, I'm Jared Veluzzi.
It looks great. You can see more of the new must-try eats at Yankee Stadium as well as at Citi Field. We've covered both, of course, on our website, newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. Easter fun for the whole family at Old Westbury Gardens. It's holding an Easter egg hunt on Saturday for kids ages 3 to 6. They can also listen to a reading of the classic tale, Peter Rabbit. Reservations are required there. Or see classic cars and vintage rides in Garden City. An Easter car parade rolls down Franklin Avenue Sunday afternoon. And rock out to the music of Foreigner. Tribute band Double Vision takes the stage at the Suffolk in Riverhead Friday night at 8 o'clock. For admission information and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box right there on our homepage. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see here. I'm Macy Egland. We've got more local news coming up.
There's more to Long Island than you know when you picture this. Join Macy Eglin for a journey through some of the major moments in Long Island's past through the lens of the Newsday archives. Picture This, available now at newsday.com/picture this.